Imam Musa Al Kazim was born in the year 745 in the city of Medina, and he grew up during the reign of the Abbasid Caliphate. After completing his education, Imam Musa began teaching at the Prophet's mosque in Medina. He had a unique style of teaching which consisted of open discussions, and he also invited Jews and Christians to his lessons and treated them in a respectful way. Besides being a teacher, Imam Musa Al Kazim was also a humanitarian, and he would frequently distribute money, flour, and dates to the poor, and he would also give financial assistance to struggling farmers. In addition to this, Imam Musa would also buy slaves from the market for the sake of releasing them, and throughout his life he freed over 1,000 slaves. On one occasion, Imam Musa gifted a house and a large piece of land to a freed East African slave and gave him a large amount of money to start a new life. Because of Imam Musa's generosity, the man became one of the richest men in Medina. Besides fighting poverty and calling for social reforms, Imam Musa also called for political reforms. He won the hearts of many ministers in the Abbasid government, such as Ali ibn Yaqtin, who was later imprisoned for his closeness to Imam Musa. Imam Musa convinced him to make political reforms such as releasing prisoners and ending surveillance of innocent people. Imam Musa Al Kazim would also collect lists of complaints from the people and send them to the Caliph. On one occasion, Imam Musa sent the Caliph a letter asking him to compensate a man whose house was demolished during the expansion of the Holy Mosque of Mecca. As a result, the Caliph compensated the man for his demolished house. The widespread popularity of Imam Musa Al Kazim was soon perceived as a threat to the ruling Abbasid Caliphate, and he was soon arrested by the Abbasid Caliph Harun al-Rashid. However, Harun al-Rashid could not find any charges to put against Imam Musa and eventually released him. Because he could not justify the execution of Imam Musa, Harun later ordered one of his close ministers to assassinate Imam Musa. However, the minister refused as he deeply respected Imam Musa. As a result, the minister was dismissed and publicly flogged. Imam Musa had infiltrated so deep into the Abbasid administration that Harun al-Rashid had become paranoid about his influence over society. Therefore, Harun al-Rashid tried to publicly ridicule Imam Musa. However, this tactic also backfired. During the season of Hajj, Harun al-Rashid went to Mecca on a luxurious horse with his large entourage. On his way, the Caliph saw Imam Musa riding towards Mecca on a donkey. Therefore, the Caliph ridiculed Imam Musa and stated, "What is this animal which you ride on? If you were seeking something on it, you would not obtain it, and if you were being pursued while on it, you would not escape." Imam Musa replied, "It is beneath the vanity of horses. The best of matters are those which are moderate, and whoever is moderate never becomes poor." After mockery failed, Harun al-Rashid tried to seduce Imam Musa Al Kazim with political positions. However, Imam Musa refused to work for the government and stated, "If I am thrown from a height and cut into pieces, it is more beloved to me than doing something for the oppressors, or even spreading a blanket for them, unless I relieve the grief of a believer or free a captive." Due to his fierce opposition to the ruling elite, Imam Musa Al Kazim was eventually arrested and tortured, and he died in prison in the year 799. Shortly after his death, a mosque and an entire neighborhood in the city of Baghdad was named after him, known as the neighborhood of Kazimiya.